Hi first graders, welcome to my Google Classroom and welcome to today's lesson. My name is Miss Aguirre, and before we get started I want to make sure that before you clicked on this lesson plan that you clicked on the link that has the survey that we will be using for our lesson. So it's right above the link that you clicked to come here on our whiteboard. It says first click here for survey, so make sure you go ahead and click that. And today we are going to be doing a writing lesson. It is virtual, so that's why we have our survey instead of a normal piece of pen or paper. But today the objective for us is going to be that you guys, by the end of today, are going to be able to write your opinion on the topic of a story using information that you collected from the story that helped you form that opinion. So before we get into that, I want to go ahead and have a little class discussion about opinions. I want you guys to know what an opinion is and know how we form it. So right now I'm going to go ahead and pull up a whiteboard on my screen and we're going to talk about opinions. Okay, opinions. What is an opinion? What do you think an opinion is? It is what someone thinks or feels about something or someone. So now I have a question, and normally in a classroom I would ask you guys this question and you can tell me the answer, but since this is a virtual lesson, I'm going to go ahead and ask the question and answer it myself. So my question is, what is your opinion about vegetables? Since I'm answering the question, I am going to say my opinion about vegetables is that they are good for you. So now we're going to talk about how do we form opinions. How do we form them? What makes us choose why we chose that opinion? So we form opinions by the way we feel about something or the things that we learn about something or someone. So going back to the question that I asked before, which was, what's my opinion about vegetables? I'm going to ask another question now. How did I form my opinion about vegetables? So I answered before that I thought that vegetables were good for you. The reason why I formed that opinion is because I learned that vegetables make you healthy and they help your body. Okay? So now a couple things I want you to remember is an opinion is what someone thinks or feels about something or someone, and we form an opinion by the way we feel about something or someone and the things we learn about something or someone. Okay, so now that we know what opinion is and how we form it, we're going to go ahead and get started with our lesson. So our lesson is about writing an opinion on a story using information that we learned within that story to help us form that opinion. So our story today is going to be Goldilocks and the Three Pandas. I'm going to go ahead and play the story right now, and then we're going to go back to our survey and we're going to start writing our opinion of the story. First, this story is called Goldilocks and the Three Pandas by Natasha Yim, illustrated by Grace Zhang. One Chinese New Year, Goldie's mother woke her up and sent her to wish the neighbors kung fei bok choy. But Mama, I'm still sleepy and I'm so hungry. It'll only take 1 minute, her mother said. Mr. and Miss Chan would enjoy a visit from you. Take these turnip cakes to share with little Chan. He never shares his stuff with me, muttered Goldie. It's the new year, her mother warned. Wash away old arguments and be nice, or you'll have bad luck. Not more bad luck. Last year she lost her red envelope her grandmother had given her and her best friend moved away. So Goldie walked next door to the Chan's apartment. She knocked on the door. No answer. She knocked again and still no answer. Goldie gave the door a little push. It swung open and she tumbled in. Dropping the plate, turnip cakes catapulted all over the floor. Oh no, Goldie cried. A whole plate of turnip cakes ruined. That was bad luck, for sure. She wandered into the kitchen to find a broom on the table. There were 3 steaming bowls of congee, a ceramic bowl, a wooden bowl, and a plastic bowl. Her tummy grumbled. Surely nobody would mind if she had one little bite of rice porridge. She sampled the congee from the ceramic bowl. Ugh, too watery. She tasted the congee from the wooden bowl. Yuck, too thick and clumpy. Then she slurped some congee from the plastic bowl. Just right. Before she knew it, she had eaten it all up. All that congee made Goldie even sleepier than she already was. Maybe she could just rest a bit and wait for the chance. She walked into the living room and saw 3 chairs. She plunked down on Mr. Chan's massage chair. Something hard steamrolled up and down her back. Ouch, she cried, springing to her feet. Too rough. Next, she plopped on Miss Chan's armchair and disappeared into the fluffy pillows. She felt like stuffing in a pork bun. Oof, she mumbled. Too soft. Then she squeezed herself into Little Chan's rocking chair. Whee, she shouted as she rocked back and forth. But she pushed too hard and the chair somersaulted backwards. It hit the floor with a splintering crash. Oh no, Goldie exclaimed. 7 years bad luck. Or was that a mirror? In either case, she was so sleepy she ambled to the bedroom to find a place to lie down. Just for a few minutes, she reasoned. She climbed into a king-size bed. The mattress felt as hard as a week-old almond cookie. Ugh, too uncomfortable. Next, she flopped onto a queen-size bed, and the electric bed began to fold her up like a dumpling. Yikes, too scary, she cried. Then she leaped off and settled down into Little Chan's futon. Ah, just right, she sighed, as she fell fast asleep. The Chans finally returned home. Who dropped these turnip cakes all over the floor? Exclaimed Mr. Chan. And didn't clean them up, added Miss Chan. A whole plate of turnip cakes ruined, groaned Little Chan. They headed into the kitchen. Hey, who's been eating my congee? Demanded Mr. Chan. And who's been eating my congee? Cried Mrs. Chan. Little Chan wailed. I don't have any congee. Someone aids eaten mine all up. Mr. Chan heard a humming in the living room. He went to investigate. Someone's turned on my massage chair, he bellowed. And someone's rumpled the cushions on my armchair, yelled Mrs. Chan. I don't even have a chair, shouted Little Chan. It's been smashed into pieces. When the 3 Chans looked in the bedroom, Mr. Chan hollered, Someone's been sleeping in my bed. And someone's been sleeping in my bed, squealed Mrs. Chan. Look, said Little Chan, it's Goldie Luck. She's sleeping on my futon. Goldie jerked awake. Who could sleep with all that yelling going on? Mr. Chan, Mrs. Chan, she cried. I didn't mean to fall asleep. In a fluster, she jumped out of bed and dashed home. Her mother had sent out congee for breakfast. Goldie was just about to take a bite when she thought of Little Chan, who didn't have any more rice porridge in his bowl. I'm not really that hungry, she said to her mother. She went to read a book in her rocking chair. As she rocked back and forth, she thought of Little Chan, who didn't have a chair to sit in anymore. I'm still sleepy. I think I'll go to bed, she said. Goldie climbed into her nicely made bed. She thought of pillows and blankets she had strewn about the Chan's bed. Goldie jumped up and ran back to the kitchen. She grabbed her bowl of congee and rushed back to the Chan's apartment. I didn't mean to break Little Chan's rocking chair, she said to Mr. Chan. I'll help you glue it back together. I'll fix the blankets I messed up, she said to Miss Chan, and I'll make the bed. Goldie handed her bowl of congee to Little Chan. I'm sorry I ate all your rice porridge, she said, and dropped all those turnip cakes. That's okay, Goldie, she said. That's okay, Goldie, said Little Chan shyly. We were just about to make some more. Would you like to help? So Goldie and Little Chan chopped, stirred, and steamed lots and lots of turnip cakes. Then they fried them up, nice and crunchy for the New Year feast. Miss Chan handed Goldie a red envelope. Kung Hai Fa Choi, Goldie, she said. May the new year bring you great wealth and good luck. Thank you, Goldie said, but I think I found some good luck already. She smiled at Little Chan, and the 2 friends sat down together to eat a whole plate of cake turnips. Okay, now that we've finished watching Goldilocks and the 3 Pandas, we're going to go ahead and pull up that survey, and instead of writing like we would in a normal classroom, we're going to start filling out that survey together about our opinions of Goldilocks and the 3 Pandas, and we're going to fill out how we form those opinions, what information in this story helped us create that opinion. So go ahead and pull it up, and I'm going to pull mine up right now. Okay, now we are going to start writing our opinion of Goldilocks and the Three Pandas. I know it's a little different because we're going to be typing it. That's okay. If at any time right now you need more time to answer the question or more time to think about any of the questions that I ask you, you can go ahead and pause the video and take as much time as you need. Okay? Right now I'm going to model for you question 1 and question 2. I'm going to put my answers in so that way you guys can see what I put, and maybe it will give you a better idea before you write in your answer. Okay? So I'm going to answer question 1. My opinion in Goldilocks and the Three Pandas is that the story teaches you to fix your mistakes. Okay? Now I'm going to answer the second question. The reason is because in the story, Goldilocks makes a mess at the chance and then goes back to fix it. Okay? So that is my answer for my opinion of Goldilocks and the Three Pandas, and that is the information from the story that helped me form my opinion. I want you to take a second, and you can pause the video right now, and I want you to evaluate my opinion. Does my opinion have information from the story that helps support it? So you can pause it, and now we're going to move on to the next part. Okay, I want you guys to go ahead and fill in your answer for question 1 and question 2, and try to make them different from mine and all your own. Okay, you can go ahead and pause it if you need time to write your answer. And I want you to think, can you explain why it is helpful to use information from the story when telling your opinion? Why do you think it'd be helpful to have a piece of the story when explaining your opinion to someone? You can pause it and think about that for a little bit. Okay? Now, for the ending of our lesson, I'm going to have you guys answer question 3. And question 3 is going to be our exit ticket. Okay? So I want you to answer question 3, and that is another reason. So I want you to write another reason in the story that helped you form your opinion. Okay? So go ahead and fill in question 3, and that question 3 is going to be your exit ticket. Once you're done with that, answering question 3, I want you to think, can you explain why it's beneficial to have many reasons that help explain our opinion? You can go ahead and pause it and think about it, and after you're done, you can go ahead and click submit. Okay? The end of our lesson today. Thank you guys so much for writing with me and sharing your opinions about the story Goldilocks and the Three Pandas. And for homework, I want you guys to go ahead and click on our bookshelf. There is a book there called La Princesa and the Pea, and I want you guys to watch the video, and after you're done watching the video, you can click the link right next to it, and it will give you a survey where you can practice more on writing your opinions on that story and putting more reasons, so that way you guys can get a little bit more practice. Okay, thank you, and bye-bye.